They say that a goal without a plan is just a wish. I'm Jen Sabotin of Fuel Your Transformation, and this is part of my Jumpstart Your Journey series of our Overcoming the Overwhelm series. So I want to talk about goal setting tonight. And one of the things that I found interesting about goal setting when I was doing some research is that basically you can break people into three different groups. There are people who really haven't set any specific goals. Maybe they have some thoughts in their head a little bit, or they've got some wishes or some dreams that they want. They've never really given much thought to goal setting. That's 83% of the population. There's another group who does have specific goals that they think about in their head, and that makes up about 14% of the population. And then the final group are the people who have written down their goals, and that's only 3% of the population who've actually thought about and written down their goals. But here's the thing, that writing them down piece, that's really important, because that group of people, the ones who write it down, are 3 times more likely to actually achieve their goals. That's a big deal. So let's talk about goal setting and a little experience that I had. So I'm a teacher, and about 5 years ago we were in a training and they were teaching us about something called SMART goals. And I have to admit, the first time I heard that, I thought, wow, that's kind of dumb. Like, who would set dumb goals, right? But SMART is just an acronym. So the letters S, M, A, R, and T stand for words that can help you remember specific parts of your goal when you're writing them. So they help you remember the words that you want to match up as you're setting your goals. So let's go ahead and talk about each one of those. So the S is specific. Okay, you want your goal to be specific, meaning that someone else is going to be able to read what you wrote down and know exactly what you mean by that. Okay, there's no question. They're going to understand it. So it's specific. An example of something that's not specific, you might say, well, I want to get a new job. That's not very specific. Or I want to be healthier. I want to be more fit. That's not specific. If someone reads that, they don't know exactly what you mean. There needs to be more to it. The next part is the M, the measurable part. So M is measurable. This is where you're going to put a number. You're going to be able to quantify it so that at the end you can measure it. You're going to know if you've reached it. So for example, with the fitness goal, you might say that you want to lose 10 pounds. That makes it measurable. Or if you are talking about a job, you might say that in order to get a new job, you want to send out 5 resumes and cover letters, or fill out 5 applications every month. So that makes it measurable. The A is attainable. So you want to pick a goal that's realistic. I mean, if I said that my goal is that by tomorrow I want $1 million to be in my bank account, not really realistic. I mean, there's very few things I could do between now and then that are going to make that happen. So the A is attainable. You want to pick a goal that you can actually reach. The R is for relevant. This one's really a big deal. A lot of times people think, oh, well, relevant, that's not really anything special, or why do we need that? If it doesn't mean something to you, you're not going to spend the time or the effort that you need to in order to reach that goal. So if the goal is relevant, that means it's meaningful to you, and you're going to spend the time to try and make it happen. And then the last part, the T, is time bound. This is where you put a deadline on yourself. This isn't one of those, oh, I hope in my lifetime I can. This is like you're being specific. I want to lose 10 pounds by July 31st. I want to send out 5 resumes a month for the next 3 months. I want to, and then you put an amount, a thing you're going to do, an amount that you're going to know that you've reached, and then a time when it's going to happen. So that's the acronym SMART. And a lot of people use that. I actually developed back in December when I was getting ready to set my goals for 2017. I developed a goal setting sheet, which, by the way, I will share with you. I'll put a link for you to be able to get that. But I developed a goal setting sheet for myself, and another tip is to not have too many goals at once. Really, they recommend between 3 and 5 in different areas of your life. So you can have a personal goal, a spiritual goal, a household goal, a financial goal, a fitness goal. You can have different types of goals. And so you're going to write down your goal, the actual thing that you want to accomplish, all right? And make sure that it's written with that SMART goal, so specific, measurable, and so forth. And then underneath that goal, you want to actually list out 3 action steps. So 3 things that you can do, okay, action steps. 3 actions you can take that are going to support you reaching that goal. Remember, a goal is different than a to-do list. Those action steps are like little mini to-do lists to help you get to that goal. Then you want to put your deadline or your due date. And actually, personally, I do 2 things. I have a due date or a deadline, and then I have some checkpoint dates. Because I don't want to get to the end of my time. If I've given myself 6 months, I don't want to get to 5.5 months down the line and go, oh gosh, I haven't done that. So I put some checkpoints along the way. That's just personal. I think that helps. And then the last thing is you need to be accountable to someone. So in this case, telling a friend helps. Telling a friend your goals or announcing your goals to a group or a family or friends, that helps because those people are going to also help hold you accountable. But also in those people, you may have someone that you can use as a mentor. So another piece to my goal setting is that I have either an accountability person, someone that is going to kind of ride my tail when I need it and make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to or check in with me, or someone that I can lean on, someone that I can use as a mentor. If it's something that I'm really not, I'm really new at, I'm learning it, then I want someone that I can go to for reference, okay? So I have an area, again, for either a mentor or an accountability person. And so those things are all on my goal sheet. I check them often. I wrote my goals back in December. I check them every week. I look at my sheet. I see how I'm doing. If I have checkpoints in that time frame, I look at them. I analyze how I'm doing. And if I need to readjust something, if I need to take a different action step, if I need to check in with my accountability person, if I need to reach out to that mentor person, I do that. I make sure that I'm going ahead with that. So those are some tips that I have for you guys. Remember that setting your goals can help eliminate a little bit of that feeling of overwhelmed. You don't have to keep it all in your head. You're not trying to juggle it all. You don't have to be perfect. This isn't about being perfect. This is about taking steps to get to where you want to be and taking a little bit of that stress away. So thanks for listening, guys. I'm Jen Sabotin. Take care.